It is the What We Talking About podcast, season debut, season 4. Yo, Black. So I wanted to ask, shows, bro, what you been watching? Have you been watching Bel-Air?
Yo, I fuck with Bel-Air.
Fuck with Bel-Air, bro.
Fuck with Bel-Air. Everybody lit except New Carton. I can't fuck with the nigga sniffing Xanax and shit and being a hater.
Yeah, but you know that's a great character when he's so polarizing.
I mean, I can't, but why is he mad? Like, why are you really mad? Your dad don't give you enough attention?
Not enough attention, yeah.
That's
and
lame
yo,
as
he
fuck.
got the what they did with Carlton is they really dove in on the Napoleon complex.
Yeah.
No, the Napoleon complex with him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like he came from that space where like he was the cool black dude amongst all the white people and shit. Like that's just weird. Like, you know, he was yeah. Yo, I mess with it though. You know, but I sit there.
Like the show. Yeah.
Bro, I sit there with Angie and we're watching it, you know, and I'm thinking to myself, like, I start comparing. I can't help but to do comparisons, right? So I'm like, all right, this Hillary is not as like stunning pretty as the original.
Okay, we're not doing this. First of all, I know that you a married man, so I'm gonna save you right now from saying some shit that's not fact. This Hillary is a baddie.
Yo, she's bad.
I don't know what you watching.
No, she's bad.
No, but she's super bad. What are you watching?
It's because we were young and we were watching The Fresh Prince, and when you first saw Hillary, she was bad as fuck too. You know, right, bro?
But Hillary was Valley Girl baddie. She was yellow. She was. This chick right here,
she bad. Yes. So
this is I don't know no fucking Kiana baddie. Keisha. That's what this. Yeah, yo, this is a different level.
Yeah, no, she's hot. Don't get me wrong, right? So then I think they did a good job with the little one with Ashley. I feel like they stayed in the same exact lane. They didn't really change that character.
Bro, I don't fuck with Ashley.
Other than the gay part. What do you think about all these shows that have to twist in?
I knew you was gonna say it. I'm so sick of the PCification of every character, every show having a fucking lesbian or a trans or a gay character. Not necessary. Guess what, y'all? Some shows don't need a gay character.
Some shows don't need a gay character.
Bro, Ashley is 12. So who she's attracted to sexually shouldn't even fucking matter.
Right.
Like, what the fuck are we doing?
Right.
Well, it's so a 12-year-old being confused about sexuality is okay. This shit is just pushing that narrative. If it was Hillary and you were telling a story or a journey of understanding, bet. Why the fuck is the 12-year-old the one that's sexually confused?
I know.
Why do I gotta think about who Ashley want to sleep with?
I know.
Is it me, bro? Is it me? Maybe it's me.
Tap in, we live. Yo, party people who are in here, hit that like, hit that share. Let's get people up in here. Let's go. It's the season debut. We already getting spicy in here. I think it's 100% unnecessary. And I've said it before. Now that we're talking about it again, I remember myself saying that, you know, not every family has a gay person in it.
Or do we need to highlight the ones that are? Because what's the value add to the show by having her be gay or bi-curious? Which is what the framing it as. She says, I don't know if I like boys or not, but I do like girls. Okay.
Right.
Right. 12. Move on.
Right. So Ashley, you know, I thought character-wise they did fine. Uncle Phil. Why is Uncle Phil not a bigger, fatter dude though? Like
I'm okay with this. I think you got to modernize that, and it's okay to be a pause. No, you know what I mean? Pause when I say this. It's okay to be a regular ass black dude. You know what I mean? About your business. I think making Uncle Phil a heavier guy, and I understand that James Avery is heavier, but was to make him safer. If you know what I mean, like to audiences. Like the Cosby Show, like Bill Cosby being a doctor makes him safer.
Yeah, no, I know.
Like Carl Winslow being a cop makes him safer.
Yeah, right.
But remember shows like Rock when like you a garbage man and you should like them shows didn't last. You took a character and you made them safe, or else it was like a gritty show when the person was doing some nefarious shit. So I think like having a Santa Claus looking Uncle Phil made him safer.
Listen, that show was phenomenal, Rock. I used to love that, bro.
See, bro, I'm dating myself. I was a baby. I was watching reruns. I ain't that old, y'all. I ain't that old. You know what I mean? But I did fuck with Rock. I fuck with Rock hard body and the commission. All them shits that came on during that time.
Yo, hit that like, hit that share. Let's get people up in here. Let's go. I'm just gonna pull this up so I can see when y'all are coming in here because I sometimes I just don't see it.
Favorite part of the show. Before you go,
what's that?
My favorite part of the show.
Yeah.
Is the chick doing the Nia Long character? Yeah, we talk about Bel Air. The love interest, the chick doing the Nia Long character. Carlton's ex. I can't think of her name right now.
Me either. But yeah, okay. What about her?
She's my favorite character.
Oh.
She is regular. She is not exaggerated. She's not hypersexualized. I like her. I like her. She like the cool, regular chick that you just want to go vibe with, and that's okay. Like you don't need all these supermodels and shit like that to be doing all that. You know what I'm saying? I love her character.
All right. So the elephant in the room, brother.
What's that?
Is my man holding down Will Smith or what?
I like dude. I like and if you watch like some of the cuts, he does the mannerisms.
He does.
Like when they were doing the when they were out, I don't want to ruin the show, but when they were out there doing the sorority shit, when they were trying to get votes, and he was like stepping and making the faces and the ears were popping out. I was like, that's fucking Will. Like, he does that sometimes.
Yeah.
The mannerisms. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I like the casting. I like it as a drama. I wish there was a little bit more comedy. A little bit more. I'm okay with Hillary being not comedic relief. I like her being intelligent and headstrong and wanting to delve into something that's not safe and trying to I like that.
Son, how do we have this whole conversation and didn't mention that my favorite character is Jeffrey, bro? Are you kidding me?
Jeffrey the hitter.
Jeffrey's gangster, bro. Jeffrey, my favorite character in the whole joint, bro.
Jeffrey the hitter. Yeah, I fuck with Jeffrey.
Yo,
I like the fact that he's the house manager. He ain't the butler, the house manager. That nigga's the cleaner, bro. He's the fucking fixer.
He's the cleaner, bro.
He's the cleaner, bro. I fuck with it. What's good, Bravo?
Bravo in the building. What's going on? Senior G in the building. We got Angie in the building. 28 what?
What's that? What's that, Angie? 28? 28 minutes?
Well, no, it has not been 28 minutes. Hit that like, hit that share. It's the What We Talking About podcast. We in here, season debut. We will be here every Tuesday, 7 p.m. for your listening pleasure. Black and I bringing you news from the Valley, news from around the world, news from the hip-hop world of ours that we love so very much. We're going to bring you a few different segments where we break down some topics. We're also going to do 3 the Hard Way, where we're going to bring a artist live on the show with us, play their music, and then talk about it. So critiquing it and figuring out what we got going on. Hearing an echo over there, Black. You got me on blast over there?
I don't, bro. That must be your shit. Pay your bill.
It went away. So whatever you just did, keep doing it.
I didn't do shit. Fix your shit. Pay your bill.
You did something. But it is the What We Talking About podcast. Like I say, every Tuesday, 7 p.m. right here on Facebook, streaming on YouTube as well. And maybe, just maybe, there might be another platform in the future that you could check us out on. Stay tuned for more of that. One of the things I wanted to ask you about, now that we're talking about shows and stuff, did you watch Inventing Anna?
No, I ain't watched that. Move along, bro. Move along. I ain't watch that. Nah. Yeah. Listen. Nah. Is that the one when Omari Hardwick shows up? Ghost? Is that show?
No.
Okay.
This is the one with.
Oh no, that's the chick from Ozark. The little girl. Yeah. I ain't watch it. I ain't watch it.
Yeah. You should watch that. It's pretty interesting. Did you watch the Tinder Swindler?
I definitely watched Tinder Swindler. That's my dude. That's my guy.
Yeah,
that's my fucking guy. Yo, people was killing him. Yo, Gabe, you see him now? He doing walkthroughs. He booking appearances. My man's a triple OG from jump. You heard? That's my guy. Fuck with him, man.
The Tinder swindler, bro. He had them girls doing whatever. He had story after story. He heartless, bro.
Yo, but you know what? People
Cold.
might think I'm saying this because he's a man. This is not why. I'm saying that. Don't kill me, y'all. Women do this. Women do exactly what he did. It's very rare. It's the opposite way around, right? Normally, it's somebody younger, like a young man, preying on older women, and that gets to be a little skeevy. But chicks do this, bro. Like, especially industry chicks, they do this. They pop from nigga to nigga and get what they can get and run it up. They do this. So watching a man do this and these women on their own volition, because he ain't making them, do this on their own and just throw out 6-figure sums and not question nothing is crazy. It's fucked up. These people's lives getting messed up. But once again, he don't force you. He don't steal. You give it to him because he asks. What is the crime there? Ain't one.
I mean, my man, yo. Tinder swindler. Wait, you watch Inventing Anna, you'll see there's a correlation there with those, with that whole setup. But yo, my man, when that one chick, like the one chick that actually got him back, that actually went in and got her shit, you know what I'm saying, took his clothes. Yo, when she was talking so intelligently, and I'm like, so this is the chick that ended up not giving them the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, she figured his ass out, and she gave him the most money.
All the bread, 150K, bro. All the bread. She was saying, look, taking out second mortgages. Yo, when he got her to do the payroll tax fraud, I was like, you got to be the dumbest. This nigga said, you can get a bigger loan if you pretend that you work for me. I'm about to forge a whole bunch of W-4s and shit and send them to you. Go get that loan, bro.
In fact, I'm like, Andy's watching this. She was like, he wouldn't get me. He wouldn't get me.
It's the honesty for me, because he didn't lie. He lied about the relationship part, but the shit, the shit that he was scamming with, he never lied, bro. I need the bread. Give me the bread. We about to lie and do tax fraud, so give me that bread. And chicks was just doing it.
Here you go.
That's balls.
God bless him, bro. The Tinder swindler, man. That was a good watch, man. That was a good watch.
Did you watch part 1 of Ozark?
I did.
It's up, bro. It's up because old girl. I know she bust that U-turn at the end. If y'all ain't watched season finale, go watch that. But it's up. I can't wait for part 2 that's coming out in April, I believe, to see how that ends up. Yep.
Michael De Niro is in the building. What's up, man? Who else is out here? Angie, welcome. Thank you, Angie. I appreciate that. We are back. Season debut. We will be in the building every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Make sure you're tuning in to hang out with us for a little while. Man, talk about watching things, bro. All-Star Weekend.
That happened.
Does it mean anything to you anymore?
Trashest dunk contest and forever, bro. Trash dunk. Trash. Go get Jordan Kilgannon. Go get the dudes from the dunk contest with the regular civilians and put them up there. The dunk contest is so meaningless now. It is so garbage. It is so garbage. It's garbage.
Are you even a fan of the game?
The game, bro, you used to watch the game, right? Yes. Because you would see them do crazy ass in-game dunks. That was one of the things. They would try the most off-the-wall shit, like Vince Carter off the backboard. That's classic. Between the legs, that's classic. You know what I mean? Like some of the dunks, the alley-oops, fire. When they was heating up and going back and forth, Curry did this one year where they was trading threes back and forth. That's dope. Like that's what the game is about. Ain't about who wins. Nobody cares about all that. It's about that kind of shit. You know what I'm tired of in the game? I'm tired of LeBron getting the ball and then putting his head down and driving to the lane and doing a trash ass layup 50 times a game. Like people get out of his way and they don't do anything. He does that same boring ass dunk. Like, bro, All-Star game is dirt, right? Because the money don't mean nothing to them, right? They win $100K for the winners, $30K for the losers. The money means nothing to an All-Star because normally your All-Stars is making the biggest contracts. The money don't mean shit. The dunk contest, the dunk ain't even cool no more because you feel like you've seen everything, right? And people don't want to get exposed by doing bad dunks. So you get a bunch of no-name people. Obviously, I'm being facetious when I say this, but not the top tier participating. And the 3-ball has ruined basketball as you know it. I'm okay. Hold up. I'm okay with the proliferation of the 3-point shot. I'm okay with you doing analytics and saying 3 is worth more than 2 every single day and twice on Sunday. Here's my problem. Look at shot charts, right? 51% of all shots are 3s now. 51%. How many times is it 4 niggas stand around, 1 nigga dribbles the ball, pick and roll? That dude doesn't even roll to the basket at the time. He pops out unless he's one of 5 centers, Gobert and them niggas, right? Everybody else pops to the 3-point line. You try to get a layup, and if that doesn't work, you throw it to the key, to the 3-point line, and they pass it around the fucking ring and they shoot a 3-pointer. Every play is that, Gabe. Every fucking play is that one play. Am I wrong? That is basketball. I fucking hate it. I'm done.
The reason why I put up Bill Skills, he's an avid basketball fan. His Jordan collection would rival yours. He's been a big fan of basketball, so I wanted to ask him, does he watch the All-Star game? Because I don't think anybody really watches it anymore, man.
Shit trash, bro. Even real talk, I kind of like the celebrity game better. Oh, this is interesting to watch.
Yeah.
Like, just give me more Kevin Hart. You know what I mean? Give me more of the comedians, shit like that. Bring Shiggy, let him do the Harlem Shake and shoot a 3, whatever.
Yeah.
And then be gone. But like the game itself is boring. The 3-point contest, it's only so many times I want to see you shoot 3s. Like, fuck out of here, bro. And the dunk contest is trash. And NBA, bro, basketball games are garbage. They heat up in the last 2 minutes of the quarter and the last 2 minutes of the game, even more so than they used to be. Meaning, like, niggas will then go to the cup, or somebody will try to fight for a mid-range because they need those points to take the lead and win. The rest of the game is just 3s.
Right. And the sentiment is being echoed in our comments here. Mikey De Niro says, what does he say? He says, still watch that. I thought it just turned into pop culture weekend for whatever city it's in.
That's about fashion. Yeah, it is. You're right.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. That's why what Black is saying is absolute facts. Because the game just it should be entertaining. You should be seeing off the backboard stuff. You should be seeing like the alley-oops and all that shit. Like, that's what people want to see. They want to see these high flyers doing high flyer shit, But yeah, fact, we ruined the game.
Even the lineups, and obviously, I don't want to be misquoted. Like, bro, I think Kevin Durant team had one big, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or was it LeBron's team? LeBron's team had one big. Everything else was a guard. It was one big and LeBron, right? It was Jokic and LeBron. Everybody else was guard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Until they had the one injury replacement. The Jared Allen guy from the Cavaliers was an injury replacement like the last week. But that's the game, right? Like, I'm watching NBA games, bro, when there's no big on the floor. Like, I'm watching LeBron play center the past week and a half because AD's out. They released DeAndre Jordan and they give Dwight Howard 10 minutes a game. I'm watching LeBron play center. It's not fun. And I don't know why more teams don't take advantage of the fact that there are teams playing without a big man on the court. Just put the 7-footer in the game, put it in the paint, and go dunk on these dudes. Now, LeBron's strong. He's 6'8", 260. He's strong as fuck. But, bro, he don't want to bang under the hoop. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I hate what basketball. We ranting. I hate what basketball is right now. I'm okay with one big on the floor and four smalls. But, yo, there is no inside game except like 5 niggas. And even then, Embiid is doing fadeaway 3-pointers. It's trash.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw an All-Star game from 10 years ago, and they weren't taking 3s yet. It was competitive. He's like, so Curry's really the one who ruined the league. Now, when it comes to Curry, because the league is what it is, you really can't use that as an excuse. My man is a shooting machine, bro.
Yeah.
Like, did you watch that video that he has out where he's doing the warm-up?
Free throw line to half court to back.
And not miss?
Yeah. And it not just not miss. It's all net every time. He's perfected it. He's got the motion down. It's beautiful to see. But
did he ruin the game?
He didn't ruin the game. He perfected his craft because he's a little guy. He had to learn how to shoot over big guys, so he shoots with arc.
Right? I agree. That's what I'm saying. Okay, I'm with you.
right? But now Dame Lillard does that, and Trae Young does that, and like all these dudes, like Patty Mills can do that. Like all these little guys shoot like that. I'm over it. Like, can we? You know what I mean? Like, give me Shaq.
Yeah,
I would love. I'm so sick of it.
Yeah, I would love Shaq again, bro.
But on to the next, bro. On to the next.
Yeah, on to the next. It's all
Pardon
good.
me,
anyway, what else we out here watching? Man, I got some stuff I want to talk about with the 845, man, before we get to 8 o'clock. But let's talk real quick. Let's dive into Kanye, bro, because there's a lot of things to unwrap with Kanye. So let's try to summarize this. Let's it's 26 right now. Let's give this 10 minutes and try to move on, all right? But yo, Kanye West.
Yeah.
To me, I think he is literally, I think Kanye's a genius. Literally.
Creatively, yes. Not IQ wise. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's dumb either. I just mean creatively he's a genius. Yes. IQ wise, I wouldn't know.
He's mastered this, bro. Like he has it. It's almost like he has the remote control for, you know what I'm saying, for his life and how it's gonna go. You know what I'm saying? And he knows what buttons to push. He knows what to say. He knows where to be. He knows what to create. It's almost like he can think a few steps ahead of everybody and do shit and know what the end result is going to be. You know, I'm kind of convinced that he either has like it's almost like they took his creativeness with music and his intelligence with creativity, and so like a team of people have pointed it and directed it at marketing. You know what I'm saying? Because like, has anybody done it better? When's the last person that you know that marketed their shit better than Kanye, or like Kanye in this way?
I don't agree with this is marketing.
You don't?
No.
Bro.
I know why you would feel that way. I don't know why it seems calculated, but I think Skills is saying it right. That documentary was definitely a dope look. I think if you're looking at 24, 23, 22-year-old Kanye, I thought it should have been eye-opening, right? Because no matter how they framed it, what he was saying and his mannerisms and how he spoke and how he reacted to people have been consistent. It's just amplified now that he's so big, right? He's always been a little off, a little bit socially awkward, a person that just says whatever is on his tongue or in his mind, and he doesn't curate what he's saying, which is why he says sometimes I get in trouble because I'm having thoughts, but I can't articulate what I want to say in a way that makes sense to people. Even when they think about the MAGA hat and him saying, I know why you think it looks bad, but I was trying to make a statement about taking something that somebody looks at this way and making it mean something else. And I feel like I was used as a mouthpiece by that party to be political, and I didn't want it to be that way. I wanted to make a different statement, which was you can turning the word nigga into a
term of
endearment for Black people, right?
Right.
So I think that he struggles with trying to articulate his thought process in layman terms. I think he's just speaking without thinking. I think in a lot of those cutaways in the documentary, you saw that where he's talking, and some of the shit is like, I get what you mean, but man, the way you presented it is really fucked up. Even like slavery was a choice. Sounds dumb until you actually get away from the dumbness and think about what he means, right? If there's, I'm gonna say this too to make a point. I'm not saying that this is slavery in a nutshell, but let's look at the point. If you're in a field and you're not shackled, right? But you're in a field and it's 100 Black people, 100 Black slaves, and there's one person with a rifle. You can overpower that person every day. It's the same thing as a prison mentality, right? In prisons, they don't have firearms. They have them outside on the towers and all that. But on the cell blocks, they don't have firearms. So the only reason why the guards keep control is because the inmates let them, right? So on D block, it's fucking 3-4 COs max, and it's 300 fucking people, prisoners. They can beat that person's ass anytime they want to, stab them up, yoke them up, kill them. They choose to follow the rules out of a modicum of respect, right? For as long as they're respected back, and that's how you maintain the peace. That was Kanye's point in saying slavery was a choice, meaning that we probably could have risen up a lot sooner than we did. We didn't have to wait for somebody to tell us we was free. We could have took our freedom. See, I understood the point, He just said it really fucking dumb. You see what I mean? So I'm gonna leave that alone, but I think that's what Kanye's problem is. He has these really good thoughts, and he could have said it the way I just said it, not saying it's right, and it may have been well received, but he just says that shit and it comes off way wrong. So I don't think it's calculated. I think his mind is where his mind is, and he says things in an outlandish way, and people like to watch a car crash, right? Somebody crashed in fucking 84, everybody doing what? Slowing down and going like this.
Yeah.
Can't help it. You want to watch it.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yep. Absolutely. Yo, shout out to some new names up in here. I don't know if this is Black getting us some new folks in here.
What's good, Sosa? What's up, cousin?
I know you know Sosa, right? So shout out to you. And then I don't want to butcher this name, man. Is it Tahuti? Reborn? It might be Tahuti. I'm not sure. But salute to you for tuning in. Appreciate that. Mike De Niro says, fuck Kanye. We need to not give this madman stock any more attention. Can we, let me see what he's saying. Hold on. Can we speak about how opportunities have turned back to 845? There's so many situations popping up in the area for artists. It's beautiful. Gabe, pat yourself on the back. So when it comes to that, right, this area does have some opportunities coming. A lot with this platform from, that I'll be doing personally that I know about that I could speak to. What other people are doing, man, is commendable. I'm just hoping something comes out of it all for everybody and that, everybody's happy and walks away, feeling accomplished and like they did something good. So, the jury's still out on everything that's going on, but the talk is great. And I hope that it goes that way, But yeah, no, we had to talk about Kanye though, because Kanye is, to me, like I say, I think he's a genius. I think he's figured this whole thing out. I think he's figured how to, like money. He doesn't even operate in terms of dollars anymore. He only wants to talk about like ownership of shit and percentages. He don't even want to talk dollars with people anymore. And that's crazy to me. The fact that he's got Donda 2 coming and he's got the world on fire again about him releasing this, and again he says it's coming, and again it's not coming, and again we believe him. This is like genius. This is ultimate marketing. What I'm saying?
What do you mean, bro? Donda 2 is out.
Huh?
Donda 2 came out when he said it was.
But but not available, right? You gotta get it from with the stems and all that. Did you buy it?
No, I'm not buying a $200 stem player. No.
So you haven't heard it either, right? Like the rest of the
world.
No,
I have heard it because people have ripped it and put it on share sites. So yes, you can go listen to it now.
Oh, that's not fair, man. That's not fair. That's not fair. Anyway, so that's even more my point is the fact that he's trying to draw all this attention to this album and all these eyes to him to point them in that direction. I'm real curious to see what the sales are going to be like and what he's going to announce about that. Will he fluff it up? I don't know. But I will tell you that Kanye West has got this thing figured out. He's got the remote control, bro. The documentary I thought was fire. I thought that was really well put together, told the story. I felt like it was as authentic as you could get without actually being there yourself, right? The thing with him and Kim and that song Easy with Game, did you get a kick out of him burying Pete Davidson, or did you just pay that no mind?
I'm not that hooked up on the controversy. I'm more interested in the prism that he's looked at through, and I think that Michael in his last years was looked at the same kind of way for his idiosyncrasies and not for the talent and the musician and the artist that he was. And I think from this conversation, this topic, we have to agree to disagree, because I'm telling you, I don't look, being around people of different ilks and backgrounds. Like I said, if you watch the documentary and watch how he talks and watch how he speaks and watch how he interacts with other people, him being a little off, him being bipolar, those things are obvious, Gabe. That's why I'm a little surprised that you viewed it and thought that it's all a marketing stunt. It's all him having his posts on how to portray things. I don't even think the stem player is about him making a bunch of money on the stem player. I think it's about exactly what he says it is. Why we only get 12% of streaming services? His way of going about changing it, once again, is stupid, right? But what he's trying to say, I 100% agree with. He's not wrong.
Yeah.
But we tried it with Tidal, right? And it doesn't
Mhm.
it doesn't work because it's Tidal and it doesn't have every single relationship that you could possibly have, because for whatever reason or not, a lot of this modern pop mainstream music, a lot of those bigger artists wouldn't sign up for the service or be released. And now that there's all these estate back catalog agreements where, like, I don't want to name nobody and be proven wrong, but Elton John and them, who have like sold the rights to the music forever. Now it's only on Pandora, or it's only on Apple Music. Like, that's fucking up music. It's bifurcating music. It's turning music into what TV is becoming, where you need 18 different apps to listen to a certain song.
Yeah. that part I'm not like. With all the technology we have, it was bound to happen, right? There was going to be many things created. There's more creators out there. They're going to create their own platforms to play things on. I totally get all that. I think that's inevitable. We can't really stop that from happening. It's evolution. But when I say that Kanye's a genius, I'm not trying to diminish what he can put out musically and what he's, capable of doing and what he has done. I'm saying that there will be a time where he doesn't want like anything. So he doesn't got anything coming out. You will not hear from Kanye West. He will just disappear. And then when he feels like it, he's going to press the play button again. And when he presses the play button again, it's not going to just be one story. It's going to be this, and it's going to be that, and it's going to be a little of this. And guess what? Now there's music coming too. I'm telling you, he's got the whole thing figured out, and I love him for it. I think that I'm fortunate. I'm fortunate to have been alive during these times. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up. So salute to Kanye, but he's the man to me. He's more the man to me today than he ever was in the past. Like, now I totally see this dude. After that documentary, after seeing what he's doing now, seeing what he did with Donda, knowing all the music he's put out, I have even more respect for him now. And I just think you're right. I just think he just says crazy shit because he don't know how to articulate himself sometimes. And I feel him on that because sometimes that happens to me. You know what I'm saying? So I can relate.
To Mikey's point, look, we're gonna have a I don't know what you want to call it, a discussion on fuck, what is it called again, Gabe? So sad I keep forgetting it because I thought the pandemic killed it on Clubhouse after this show. With all the media outlets in the 845 in this area, period, and discuss some things. And look, there's opportunities out here. The Valley Project was one of the attempts at trying to bring unity to the scene. I think that many voices together is stronger than one voice standing alone. The one voice can have just as much power and influence as many voices. So there's more than one way to skin a cat, is what I'm saying. And if people want to unify and actually unify, and it not be about them, it be about the greater goal, right? I think we would be powerful and could do a lot of positive things in our area, and just as platforms in general, if that's what it's really about. So if you keep it about that and push in the same direction and understand that healthy division is good, but that unifying can make us stronger. I'm with you, Mikey. It might be value in a way that we can go out and do something again like the Valley Project and actually see it to completion this time, and have our voices resonate to a wider audience. So I'm with you on that. As far as everybody else kind of in the comments, so said Kanye is really just doing him, like, yeah, he making moves, but the way the media is spinning it makes it look like chess, but really he making checkers movements, but also checker moves pay off better because of his caliber. Absolutely, I can see what you mean. All he's doing is trying to bring value back to your music. Being on all these platforms, devalues it and exclusivity. It depends how you look at it, Bravo. Yes, all these platforms can dilute it, but it could be the opposite. Being exclusive to one platform can drive traffic just to that platform. It depends on who you are and what people want, right? The marketplace wants. Skill said he had two songs I kind of like, the Heaven and Hell sample and the Easy E sample he used too. You saw about that Donna 2 album. Got you. That's where we at.
Yeah. Kanye West, salute that, brother. All right. So then, if you were still watching things, I don't know how you find time to watch things, but how many jobs you got? You sure you're not Jamaican?
That's racist. What is that, bro? Why would you say that shit?
You sure you're not Jamaican?
Why would you say that? Why would you say that shit?
I have many jobs, man.
Wow.
Yo,
on.
The Game on the Drink Champs. Salute Drink Champs out there, Nori and DJ EFN. Game was on there talking some ish, talking his facts, his truth. He's getting roasted right now for saying that he's better than Eminem, but to me, that's not even the topic to me. Like, people try to divert it to that, but that's not even what it's about. What I'll say about that is I don't even expect Blackout to tell me that Eminem is better than him. You know what I'm saying? So if you're a real MC and you do this shit and you believe in your craft and you get asked if you're fucking not as good as somebody else, you're gonna be like, hell to a motherfucking no, I am so much better than that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? There's no way. There's no way.
We talk about this every show. I tell you how bad I do Joe Budden. It's facts.
You know what I'm saying? Every show. As untrue as it is, he has to say that. I would have less respect for Blackout if he didn't say that.
Wow.
He would get smoked. But you know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about Joe Budden. Don't be skipping ahead. But yo, when The Game said to Nori's face that Kanye did more for his career in one song than Dre did for his career, he's giving him that. How, Sway? How? Is that being vindictive? Is that just you letting your emotions, like, you know what I'm saying? Is that what that is? That, to me, that's an emotional, let me just, you didn't do anything for me. I love him more. You know what I'm saying? Like, Game, can you please come to the principal's office? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to come to the principal's office, bro. How are you going to say Dre hasn't done everything for you, bruh? How do you feel about that? Talk to me.
I mean, it's obvious that Dre
Game is alcohol.
Part of him getting his start in this industry. He's part of the reason why he has a classic album. Not too many people have a classic album. Game Documentary is a fucking classic album. Just like Get Rich or Die Trying is a classic album.
Yeah.
Game is part of the reason why, Dre is part of the reason why we know who Game is. Without a doubt. I think that goes without saying. I think that once again, I listen to people in these interviews, especially these creatives, and I don't jump at the first thing that people say. I look at the intent, kind of like with Ye. Like, I decipher what he's trying to say. If it's some silly shit, it's silly, but I decipher it. I don't think he's saying Dre ever. I know he's saying the words, but I don't think he means it that way. I don't think he's saying like, yo, we did that, and then I left Aftermath, and I left the Union, and then what we've done in 15, 16, 17 years. Well, like, why is this the first mainstream look I've gotten? Or why is this the biggest numbers or the most traction I've gotten since my affiliation with you in that initial project? That's how I look at what he's saying. If you my mans, why we ain't built in 15 years? He's saying the word ever, but I don't think he means ever. I don't look at it like that. I know but that's the clickbait. That's what's driving traffic. So say it like that. You feel what I mean? But I think he's saying, yo, why is it 15 years and we ain't built no more?
But it's not like, this was like a cut and edit and they're making it seem that way. And, he literally said that.
But that's like me saying, yo, all y'all niggas gay. Clearly, I don't mean every dude I know is gay. You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying it to make a point, bro.
I guess. I think he knew what he was saying when he said that, and I think he was just trying to get under Dre's skin. I really do, man. I think it was an immature way to do it. He's like, Game's a dope rapper. He's got a dope voice and flow. But I never really bought into him all the way. There's something a little off about Money. I don't know exactly what it is, but just
it's
that
his
little
first album classic, though. It's his first album classic.
Yeah, no, because he could rap. He raps dope, and Dre had everything to do with that.
Yo, don't do that. Don't belittle what he brought to the table.
No.
It is Game's first album, an actual hip hop classic.
Yes, it's a dope album. Fact.
Dre had a hand in that. Absolutely. So did him as an artist. And everybody else who contributed to it, right? Cool.
Sure.
It's a certified classic, though. So for whatever his idiosyncrasies is, that first album is that shit.
We got Cub. in the building. What's going on, Cov? Too humble. What's going on, sir?
It's good, Cuff.
Let's see what is Bravo saying out here. Bravo saying could have been he learned more in the 2 weeks with Kanye than he has in his house. Maybe he learned a little more, but he was trying to say the dude did more for his career. Like,
yeah, he said career, and I knew I gotta say it was a shot. Like where the fuck you been, nigga? Ain't no way you learn more from Ye in 2 weeks when it takes you 2 weeks to decipher one Ye paragraph. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, Drake could probably just burp in the studio and you'd be like, yo, I get that. That resonates, my nigga. Like the shit that he do and where he comes from and his background as an artist and what he means to his coast and the hip hop in general. Like, nah, bro. Like, that's like how many artists have said, yo, I thought that I could rap or I was good with the pen until I went in the studio and I heard Jay do it in one take in 3 minutes and then leave and then told me y'all go punching after me. How many niggas said I learned so much from just how he approached it? You know what I mean?
Right.
Some of the dopest shit about the Kanye documentary is watching him do what I call reference tracks, where you're rapping but not even rapping. Look, what you're saying is unimportant. He's finding
the
cadences and melodies, and he's just saying random shit. And to us watching him, if you don't know what he's doing, it's like, yo, you sound dumb as fuck. But he's taking all those references and then gonna put words to them later. That's the genius. That's the talent, right? So, nah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean, bro. But I don't think he can even say that with a straight face. I think that Dre just being around you, the way he moves the knob, will make you be like, that's crazy. I never thought about, panning my ad libs in that way with that frequency. You know what I'm saying? So I love watching the creators, and that's some of my favorite shit about the genius shit was watching him create and build and nod, and because that's how I am, right, with the keyboard, and I'm the same way, and I hear music differently than a listener do. You can't, I can't explain it. I can't put in the words like, how do you make beats the way you do, right? I can't tell you. I just hear that shit, and it's way fucking different. Right, and I just get it out doing this. You know what I'm saying? So, I follow you. I think the game, he said some shit, and some of it is pettiness. To get back to the topic, it's pettiness the way he's saying it. But I looked at it as, bro, why you ain't standing by me? Why it's been 15 years? What the fuck is up with that? You my mentor, you my big bro. What's good with that? That's it. I can athletes do this all the time. They do this all the time.
I can rock with that. Yeah. So the question remains: Game or Eminem for you?
As far as what, an MC?
Yeah.
Stop, Gabe. Come on.
There's not many better than M, bro. There's really not.
Yeah, who better than M? Who better than Marshall?
You can only go with Jay, in my opinion.
You can only say you prefer Jay's style. You can't say Jay is better with the pen than Eminem, than Marshall. He's not. He's not better. He's different.
Marshall's different, bro.
And quite frankly, the way that Eminem stretches the English language, and while it may be old hat now because you've been hearing it for 20 years, the way he was stretching bars and the language and the onomatopoeia and the shit that he was doing with words, the way he could do it is better than Jay. Jay just better at rapping and crafting pictures than M was. All these pictures that we wanted to look at while M was out murdering his mom and raping fucking people. Jay was talking. No, but real talk, bro. It ain't that Eminem didn't have a good pen. It's that he was talking about shit that didn't resonate with us in the hood. He'd be in the trailer park at 8 Mile. That shit was lit. But over here, niggas wasn't on that type of time, right? So, Jay was doing some demon time shit, and we was all into that as black people. But Eminem's words play and his penmanship is on par with Sean Carter, if not better. Just say that you prefer the way Jay does it better, because that's a fair statement. Don't say that Jay or M is better than one another, because they're both at the top of the craft. Yeah. And quite frankly, I think Eminem plays with words better.
Yeah, he's crazy with it, man. That's a whole. We've had that discussion so many times, though. Bill Skill says he just wished the game would have kept doing stuff like his first album. I felt like he kind of kept in the same lane. His production changed a little bit, but I just got tired of hearing Game. That's all. I got bored with him. You know what I'm saying?
I get you. So you think Dre had a hand in that situation? Would Game be relevant? Yo, Sos, I don't know, bro, because we could say a lot of what ifs about a lot of people, right? If Big and Pac don't die, is Jay-Z Jay-Z? Do we view him the same way?
Right.
Like that's a real question. If Pun doesn't pass away, is Joe Joe? Because Joe might have always been a leader of Terror Squad, but when Pun was alive, you thought Pun was a leader because Pun was that dude. Like, we could have this conversation a lot of different ways. If Big L was alive, how many of these niggas even are relevant? Right. If Big L popped the way he was supposed to. If Lynn Bias didn't overdose and made it to the league, is he not better than Jordan? For real though, like Lynn Bias was a beast. and you'll just never
He
know.
was. Yeah, M's earlier stuff. When a lot of these MCs, man, and I can speak from my own experience. When you're younger, man, and you're a talented creative, you might not even know that you're a talented creative yet at that age. But man, that rawness that you pen with and that you spit with, man, is so it's so fulfilling, bro, when you're that age and you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? And like when you're passionate about it, the people watching you do it are getting, hype about it. You know what I'm saying? So like anybody's earlier days, I think tend to resonate, a little longer, or at least they have more of a feel-good effect on you way down the road, because it's like you never forget how you felt when you were watching this dude wild the fuck out, because
Right.
I'm telling you, I tried penning some rhymes in recent years and stuff, and it's just not the same. I hate to say it like this. It's like, like the immaturity in me back then actually played well for me as a rapper. You know what I'm saying? And
What's up,
now my
James?
maturity, I feel like, plays against me. And that's why I have so much respect for people who continue rhyming at a high level, beyond their prime years. Prime years meaning, you're not a kid no more. You know what I'm saying?
I was going to tell you, listen, hold up, because I don't want to exhaust this topic.
Yeah.
I want to make a statement, and you can finish what you're going to say. But then I also want to put a pin in this topic and bring it back next week and expound more on it, because I think there's a lot to talk about here. But in hip hop, 30 is the new 20. And if you know, and if you're not seeing that, it's a beautiful thing to watch. 30 is the new 20, and that age factor is gone. And I think when you watch your favorite artist who's like 48 now, dropping classics, and you're watching people touching 50 and doing this shit, I think it finally adds credence to the fact that you don't have to be 21 with your pants around your ankles to continue to make good music. Rock and roll didn't have that problem. They knew that you could age and your music and sound could change. All the greats were able to keep creating as they aged and got more life experience. Only hip hop, because we are such a young genre, colloquially speaking, looked at it like, if you're not 21 and in your struggle right now, you can't keep making dope music. That's fucking weird as hell. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's shifting. I think music, the mainstream, the streaming numbers, the technology, only because we're in a transitional generation, I think it will skew young until technology becomes the norm for everybody who's alive, right? Because niggas over 45, you didn't grow up with the internet. Niggas over 35, you had AOL and basic internet. So like in 10 years, 15 years, people that are streaming music, everyone would have grown up with the internet. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think as that happens, people are going to be more accepting of older artists. And you're going to see more people 35, 37, 38 breaking in, because there's really nothing holding you back but your talent. And if your talent is still there at 35, fire. If Tom Brady can win Super Bowls at 43, fire, right? Is Griselda whack as a collective because they were all basically 40? No. You know what I'm saying? So like 30's a new 20. I want to talk about that next week.
I actually wrote it down, brother. Give me 1 second. I gotta send the invite to our guest. You still with me, right?
Got you.
All right.
Yeah.
Making sure.
So it says I hate sports, but I got you. Exactly, Sos. I did say hey to Ginger. What's up, Santoro? I don't know if I agree with that. I feel like I've only gotten better over the years. I love my early stuff, but going through life made me better. Yo, Bob, I 100% agree with you, bro. Like, as you age, your lexicon expands, right? I be saying shit. I be like, what the fuck is Black talking about? Your words expand, your life experiences expand. You got more than Draco and fuck a bitch. You can talk about other topics. It's sad because, not sad, let me not say it like that. Where you are in life dictates how you consume and listen to music and appreciate it. That's a fact. It's like wine, right? Young niggas don't drink wine because it ain't cool. But when you 45 and 50 and you don't want to keep getting hangovers, your palate changes and you say, I want some wine. And that shit hit different and you lit with it. You see what I'm saying? But when you're 22 and you can do that rah and Earl and drink to you Earl, you don't want wine because that shit don't hit quick enough for you. You want to drink Henny and Douce and every, you know what I mean? So like your palate changes as you age. Your grasp of the English language changes as you age. When you go through a separation, a relationship, you have kids, your view on life changes. That's why people who've done it and get older, become coaches because they can teach the game because they've been through it. Having a 21-year-old as a coach, he may play basketball better than you. Don't mean he can actually teach you shit. So as you age, you should be better with more experience, but cognitively, you slow down. And that's where you got to find this happy medium. And the assumed plateau is like you 25, you at the height of your power, your mind is sharp. You know what I mean? You still good enough at words that you can kind of run around and do the touring and the merching and everything else behind it. When you're 35 and you got a family and you got a 10-year-old and you don't even have the energy to do what's necessary for some people to be where you should be as an artist. And I think that's where it comes from, right? But being in your 30s don't mean you're out of the loop about anything. Quite frankly, in your 30s, you have more buying power than your 20s. You've seen more, you've done more, you actually go to Belize and fuck them bitches. Like, you know what I mean? At 19, you ain't did that. You sit in the crib in the corner talking about it. So that's what I mean by that.
Yo, what Brav is saying, he says, I don't know if I agree because I feel like it only gotten better over the years. I love my early stuff, but I'm going through life. It made me better. What I'm saying to you, Brav, is that kudos to you for being able to articulate the new shit that went down in your life and still being able to rhyme with your new experiences and your new maturity. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is I'm respecting that because I was unable to do that. I was unable to transition from, you got to remember, back in those days, my name was KO. You know what I'm saying? I was the battling assassin. You know what I'm saying? Like, all I wanted to do was tell you how much you sucked and how good I was. All my rhymes were you, and I'm. Every line, almost every line could start with you or I'm. You know what I'm saying? Like, or I, right? I would rhyme with people in ciphers and I'd get almost in fistfights because people would stop me from rhyming and be like, yo, why you da-da-da-da? And I'm like, I'm not talking about you. You know what I'm saying? They're like, well, you just, you know what I'm saying? I had that conversation more than once. You know what I'm saying? So I was able to transition. So that's what I'm saying. It's super dope when you can do that. You know, Senior G, in your Facebook Messenger, I have sent you something, and he is here. My man is here. But to put a little bow on that, I do want to circle back to that next week. I wrote it down, 30, the new 20 in hip hop. I think that's a dope conversation.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
y'all tune in. Like, I think, listen, this is season 4 years, bro. 4 years, 40 episodes a year. Like, that's some consistency for your ass. And I think as we keep doing this, we keep having these dope conversations. We're gonna keep getting better, bigger, and doper stuff. We want y'all to be a part of it, shit like that. And like I said, you may see some evolution in the show as the season goes on. Things may change before the better. You know what I mean? Some growth. So it's dope.
Absolutely. And I just want to say I appreciate all y'all tuning in and staying in and engaging with us. Shout out to the Mass Santoros and the Ginger Reds and the Bravos out there. And I don't know where Chris Rodriguez is and Shad and the Rec Boys, but you know, we're missing Rocky right now. I don't even think Rocky's in the mix. Rocky, you know, all you guys, I salute to all you guys for making this fun for us. I think this is a dope thing for the community. I think we just keep pushing it forward. So thank you.
Absolutely.
We got a lot of things to talk about, so maybe we just have some topics for next week because these ones
next week because we gotta keep it short so we can slide over to the clubhouse and have that conversation.
Yeah. But real quick before we get to Senior G and the hard way slaughterhouse, that whole situation with Joel Ortiz and Crooked Eye coming out with their joints and telling their side of the story and all that, and then the back and forth with Joe and Royce not feeling it. What's your elevator talk on that? What's your take on that?
Simple, 30 seconds. Joel said it in a way that left no room to walk out of that conversation by saying you turned on the deal instead of explaining what he actually meant by that, saying I brought it up and you seemed disinterested, and because you didn't keep acting on what I was saying, we moved without you. That's not the same as turning on the deal. And I think Royce and Joe are playing semantics for what he's saying. And Joel was saying that. You playing word semantics. You know what I mean when I say you turned it down. But because they kept sticking to the semantical meaning of turn down, he couldn't walk out of it, and it just escalated. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, go watch that. But basically, Joel and King Crook are putting out a Rise and Fall of Slaughterhouse documentary album this Friday. and they're using the Slaughterhouse logo in the word Slaughterhouse to promote the album. And as you know, Joe Budden is retired, and Royce Defy Nas said he's not doing nothing Slaughterhouse without Joe a part of it. So it's basically 2-on-2, and they're getting mad because he's using the Slaughterhouse logo. And like Joel is saying, I built this brand. I own as much as you do. Me and King do. Me and Crook do. And he's absolutely right. I can do whatever I want with my 50%. But I also understand why Joe and Royce would be a little upset. Like, you're doing it without us, using our logo without us, and you're basically defaming me in raps. Why would I support you? So I think the whole shit is what it is. We don't know the why behind why they're splitting up. Joe said it's about their deal with Shady, and maybe it is. But the word semantics goes without saying. Basically, if you don't want to be in Slaughterhouse no more, Joel is like, Royce, why don't you get on board? Joe don't want no part, so why can't we 3-man this? And Royce is saying it ain't Slaughterhouse without Joe. So whatever, move forward. Call yourself something else. Don't call yourself Slaughterhouse. Call yourself something else. To the hard way. Whatever.
Yeah. I'm not mad at. I'm definitely not mad at King Crook and Joel telling the story. You know what I'm saying? And
it's gonna be one-sided, and that's just like I said, it's just clickbait. It's gonna be a one-sided topic. They're not gonna actually say, I did this wrong, I did that wrong, I took this out of context. They're not gonna do that.
I'm so curious, Black. I'm so curious on Friday to hear this joint. You heard the first 2 joints, right?
Yeah, I heard the songs, bro.
Vacancy and the other joint, was it not Goodbye? It was something else.
I listened once though.
Yeah. My take on that 30-second take, I think that they have every right to put out whatever they want to put out as artists. I think that, you as a collective own that logo, and I think as a collective that should be used. And if it's not a collective, then you probably shouldn't have used that logo. But calling it the Rise and Fall of Slaughterhouse, I don't find anything wrong with that. The only thing I find the infringement on is using the logo. Like, you should have just left that alone. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? I want to hear their side of the story, because this may invoke the other side to tell their side, and who knows what could happen from that point, right? Maybe cool prevail and we get Slaughterhouse back. My favorite rapper, Joe Budden, is back rapping and, making you look silly. Who knows? Listen, we have hit a time of the evening. One of my favorite things that we did away with for a couple of seasons there. It's called 3 the Hard Way. What we're going to do is, instead of doing 3 songs, it's going to be 3 questions to the same artist, right? So Black and I have 3 questions for every artist coming on here. They might differ. We might use the same ones. You'll never know. But we're going to listen to these songs with the artist on air with us. We would encourage you guys to leave your feedback in the comments while it's playing, so that we can go ahead and talk about it live with the artist. So let's bring him in. We got my man, Senior G, joining us right now. Senior G, what is good, sir?
We all woke up this morning. That's all that matters.
That's it, baby. That's it. Welcome to the show, man. Introduce yourself to the audience. Let them know who you are, where you from, and all that good stuff.
I'm Senior G, the music industry's holy trinity, producer, engineer, MC, founder, and creator of New Age Hip Hop, which is delivering dope verses with no curses.
Dope verses with no curses. I love it. I love it, sir. Talk a little bit about where you're from, who you might be affiliated with. Let's get these things out in the open up front.
Okay. Oh, well, I'm from Southside Jamaica, Queens, New York Boulevard, 134. Grew up with, 50 and they lived across the street, Lost Boys, all that. That's there. I just lived in Rochdale Village, Circle 5, Building 18, staying up.
Okay. All right.
As far as getting into lyrical incline seriously, when I got closer to my first mentor and older cousin Mikey D, he taught me how to formulate my lyrics.
Yeah, we got like 5 more minutes.
Then I went to school at the Institute of Audio Research, graduated top of my class, 4.1 GPA, 2001. Analog, still was doing 2-inch tape, reel to reel, still tuning the machines back then, editing songs back then was physically cutting the tape and putting it back, etc. Got out of school, interned at King Touch Recording Studios in Nassau, Long Island and worked on a reggae project by an artist originally that went by the name Feeling Famous, who changed his name to Messiah. There was 16 records on that project, and out of the 16, I had helped mix and then arranged 11 of them, including the song with George Nooks. At the time, was a hot reggae artist.
Okay. Look at you.
Yeah. So got out of there, started working on my own project, and then once I was working on my own music, some years later, Dr. Nolan was working on my project. He had mixed Biggie's Ready to Die. He had mixed SWV's Week album. He did the Bulworth movie soundtrack. He was RZA's personal engineer at one point, Dr. Dre's personal engineer at one point, and this was a platinum engineer that was working on my project. So I kind of like just sat there with notes and just learned from him, you know, paid for the service, but also to learn, you know, as well at that time. So production wise, my uncle Rob Swinger from the Trackmasters, they did Ill Street Blues, Fuji Rap, Ain't No Half Steppin' for Big Daddy Kane.
Senior.
He taught me.
Senior, the accolades just keep going and going. All right, we on a time restraint, so let's
all right, my bad.
So no, I wanted you to do that. Do what you Black. You're gonna bounce out, you said?
Yeah, unfortunately, like I said, as you know, we got this summit at 8:00, and they were already starting, and it's a pretty packed floor. So I want to make sure that we represent it and we don't get skipped over. So I'm gonna let you kind of close it out. I apologize about that. They kind of scheduled that shit last minute and conflicted with our show. But I want to make sure that we represent it because they're going around the room right now doing the introductions and saying who's here and who's not. And it's a pretty packed crowd. So I'll make sure that we good over here. All right.
All right, sounds good. Black, we'll see you next week. Tuesday, 7 p.m. Let's get it.
You got it, Brody.
All right. So Senior G, my guy. You sent me a song, bro.
Yes.
And the song's called Wake Up.
Wake Up.
Talk a little bit about Wake Up, bro. Yeah, talk about it.
Well, Wake Up basically is a conscious record over an up-tempo beat. You know,
I like it.
And you know, in short.
3 minutes. 3 minutes. You stayed in there. You stayed in that good pocket of length of time.
Yeah, 3:13.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
So we're gonna rock this song out right now and let the audience hear this, and then we're gonna talk about it a little bit. But this is gonna be Wake Up featuring your boy, man. Talk about Trek the Classic a little bit.
Trek the Classic, man. That's my big bro, very talented individual. You know, originally I was gonna do Wake Up by myself because it's about being born in the year of the rooster. But then I thought about it and I was like, nah, you know what? Let me at least ask him, run the idea by him and see if it was something that he wanted to be a part of. He chose to be a part of New Age hip hop and our guidelines for the recordings and how, you know, how we structure our records over here. You know, there's no punch ins allowed. We don't do audio comping. We don't lie to ourselves or the listeners. We give them us.
And you do that because you want to be able to perform the song the way it sounds when you do it live, right?
Correct.
Right. Free game. All right, let's listen to this song. Y'all in the chat, let's listen to this joint. This is Wake Up, my man, Senior G with Trek the Classic. Check it out.
GSP mixing. G-String.
Wake up, Bruce is here. Wake up, Bruce is here. Is you woke, is you listening? Hearing Trek spit the best
wordplay, collapse the stack, position in, say it, but you won't do it. Complain about this music, everything offends y'all is stupid. Birth control's a problem, Team Emoji. You supplied the outcome, that's off GP. Shrek knows how the rest goes, that's a fact. These web trolls follow echoes in his cap. Make America great, what they say in disgrace. Saying that we can eat, but they steady breaking our plates. Another slap in the face and we had enough. Following these bullish leaders ain't adding up. The revolution is here, boy. We ain't seen a woke MC like Malcolm in years, boy. Don't follow the leader, only follow the teacher. What we teaching these kids got the world colder than freezing. Wake up.
Rooster's here. Ooh, ooh. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Rooster's here. Ooh, ooh. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Rooster's here. Ooh, ooh. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Rooster's here. Ooh, ooh. Shout out to my energy starting on 4 pillars. Working underwater so you know they good swimmers. Ready to injure any ninja that's trying to interrupt. Show thanks every time my eyes open up. Shout out to my energy starting off 4 pillars. Working underwater so you know they good swimmers. Ready to injure any ninja that's trying to interrupt. Show thanks every time my eyes open up.
Yo, this world's ran by Earth, they sad. Ain't after that. Got y'all thinking Earth ain't flat. Well, here's a masterclass in who I be. So no chitter chat. And if you in the crib, the lunchroom's your kitchen. For those not listening, I ain't got time for levels of cognitive dissonance. And they can be sky high, like right at the dome's peak. I'm too busy turning rolls of pennies to loosely. When you understand something, you know what it's worth. See him outside, pick them up, pull them to work. They can be down on the ground, round snow or dirt. Just know if it's sitting on tails, I'm flipping it first. Y'all work, I work with them is what the difference is. Best to answer is got money in them. Nevertheless, yeah, we all getting checked. Except you gave up your soul, I just gave up respect. Wake up.
Rooster's here. Ooh, ooh. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Rooster's here. Ooh, ooh. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Rooster's here. Ooh, ooh. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Rooster's here. Ooh, ooh.
Break a couple rules in heaven just to play this. They break a couple rules in heaven just to play this. They break a couple rules in heaven just to play this.
Right. Even Mama got it on the playlist, he said.
Yeah, even Mama Nature.
Listen, so that was Senior G featuring Trek the Classic. The song's called Wake Up. I hope you appreciated the visuals I put to that. I needed to put it to visuals to play it. So I just tried to play around with one of your Instagram posts. So I stole that. I hope you don't mind.
Nah. It takes a village, man. Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
You got it. So what I wanted to do here was to ask you, with this song, and I'm gonna be as real and as blunt as I can, and I want you to know I got a lot of respect for Senior G. We've met in person quite a few times already. Smooth brother.
Yes.
So when I say this, I say this with respect. So don't take me sideways. With this song, do you intend for this to be like a lead single, an album cut, a mixtape cut? How do you perceive this particular song?
To be honest with you, the way that the way that music is being released now, like anybody could just put something out there. I look at it more so as a single that could be whatever it turns into. To be fair. And as I stated before, I believe on the first interview that we did when I was on
YouTube,
Voice of the Valley, on YouTube. The music that I create and that what we create here is based on feeling. I'm very true to my sign, capricious, sudden change. And it's like whatever I'm feeling in that moment as the producer, then that's what's being produced. And then once that's done, get out of that mindset, get into artistry mode, writer mode, and then say, well, okay, how does it make me feel? And then however I'm feeling, come up with the concept, and then keep in mind what Mikey D instilled into me. You write your record in form of a letter, intro, body, close, and the recipient is the chorus. So therefore everything's cohesive.
Right. I'm going to ask that quite a few times on this segment when I talk to these artists, because I think that kind of plays into how I want to critique it, right? Because if I have somebody sitting in your seat and they're going, nah, this is the single that I want to be my short shot single. This is the one. And that's what they're bringing to me. I'm going to review it as such. And if I personally don't see it, I'm going to tell them that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I asked the question. Yeah. So your answer to me is a very mature and a very realistic way to have the music perceived. You know what I'm saying? So kudos to you for understanding all that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it is. It's about, I want to create. Let the music do what it's going to do, but let me just create and be me. You know what I'm saying? That's super dope. You know what I'm saying? So
thank you.
I like that. If you've watched this podcast in the past, CG, you'll know that. And why? Let me get your name up here. Hold on. Matt Santoro thought the song was fire, though. By the way.
Thank you.
I want to just skip around a little bit. The production. Who did that?
My Reflection.
My Reflection. Is that the name, or are you saying you did the production?
I did.
You did. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Is that typical? Are you constantly your own producer nowadays?
No. Well, in a sense, yes, but I do have outside help.
Okay.
I have people that's part of the village that come up with whatever they come up with,
contribute to it,
and then I take from there, and I don't have to worry about everything. Everything's business wise taken care of up front, and then I get to pick and choose, and then I manipulate it based on how I'm feeling up here, because I don't have the time to do this, do that, and I just because we're forced to wear so many hats nowadays. It's difficult. So I had to kind of like release some of the responsibilities to individuals that I know would be responsible and what I need them to do as far as based on the guidelines of New Age Hip Hop, G Strings Productions Limited, and GSP Mixing Group.
Got you. Now, to elaborate a little bit more on what I was going to say earlier, if you've watched the show over time, you'll know that one of my biggest pet peeves with people making music is that there's no substance. Like they're not saying, there's no, like the content is just, silliness. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's just vulgarity or, I fucked the bitch, or, I'm the best rapper ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, it gets boring and played out, that type of content. What I appreciate about you and what you're trying to do is there's no lack of substance, in what you're trying to do. You know what I mean? So from my point of view, it's easier for me to sit there and try to listen to it, because at least like there's a purpose of it all. Like you're trying to do something, So I can appreciate that about you. The last question is almost a question to myself, but I let you hear the answer, right? And the question to myself is, if I could make this song better, what would I do to it? Right? Touchy situation, because I'm speaking to the creator, right? But
but I could give you unbiasedness.
You know what I'm saying? What could I do, to make this song better? I would love to ask you that question. Do you have an answer for that question yourself? The way you're rocking back and forth, I feel like you do.
Yeah. I mean, it's practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes better.
Okay.
So with this record in mind, to make it better later on down the line is to continue to release more music, market, to create more relationships.
Right.
And then when the conversation comes back around to presenting a complete body of work, which will be freedom of speech, the First Amendment, then that's when we'll revisit and then give you the album version.
Got you. Here's what I'll say. Here would be my answer if I was asked that question about your song, right? And it's a really simple one, because I don't have much to say, because I think the production is fine. I think, it's catchy. It moves along. I think, it keeps you engaged. The content is there. You can listen for some. It's playing, playing with words. I think that's cool. My only thing would be, I would just change it every other one. You know how when you say the rooster's here, ooh, ooh, right? I would only say the rooster's here one time during the hook. I would say something else the next time it comes around for you to say ooh, ooh to. That's my only critique. And why do I say that? Because I feel like people who want to look at this song and try to clown it are going to clown it because of the hook. And they're going to go, what the fuck are they doing? Ooh, ooh, and talking about roosters and shit, not paying attention. You know what I'm saying? So I would take that element out, because I know what you're doing, Year of the Rooster. It makes sense to me. You know what I'm saying? But I would have rewrote that without the second. I would have thought of something else to say other than the rooster's here, and then go into, because the ooh, ooh part plays nice for when you do it live. So I would keep that going, because that's the callback. I know you know what you're doing when you're writing these hooks. So that's the callback part. You're gonna play with the crowd. You know what I'm saying? So that would be my only thing to make it better. But if you're hearing what I'm saying not changing much, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know where you're going with this, and I appreciate it. And I appreciate your movement. I appreciate the way you talk to people. I appreciate the way you try to embody community, and like that whole mantra that you got about the whole, it takes a village, bro. You definitely talk what you walk, bro, and I
Thank you. I mean, at the show, I had the team jersey on, the Villagers.
Yeah.
You know, everybody that I'm affiliated with is part of the village. You know, that's how I look at it, because, I said it there, I'll say it here again. It takes a village to raise one child, and in this business, doesn't matter the perspective, the children are the records.
I like it, bro. Keep saying that, because it's so consistent. Because when I hear you say it, I feel like I could finish the paragraph by saying that last one of it, because you always end it with that. The children are the records. You know what I'm saying? Like, super dope, man. I think you have this game, you have it mapped out better than a lot of other. I find it tough to call you an upcoming artist, but I guess you are, right? In a sense, you are, right?
I guess it's in today's music society, yeah,
right. But like, you can understand why I'm struggling with that. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like, because I feel like more of a veteran of it all than upcoming. You know what I'm saying? I feel like your movement.
I'm in the middle.
Yeah, you are. You are in the middle. Now,
I'm the
keep
fence.
doing you, bro.
I'm the fence. That's and with new age hip hop it's the bridge, the gap. Because when you got two neighbors, right? They don't like each other, or they got disagreements that were going on. But the one thing that they have in common that they respect is the property line, the fence.
Right.
So I'm the fence.
Right.
That's what new age hip hop is. Nah, new age hip hop. Nah, he did this. Nah, he did this. Nah. It's that music.
I want that shirt, cuz. I want that shirt. Sell it to me. Sell me that shirt, bro.
Nah.
Senior G, man, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
You know what I mean? I hope you don't take the way I like to critique and listen to music in a negative way. I'm trying to do this in the most positive way. You know what I'm saying?
No, just be yourself, King. Just be yourself. It's nothing harsh over here. I respect it. As far as what you said, I had thought about that But then in the moment, it's like, you know what? It would have been a form of compromise. Can't save everybody. As a shepherd, it's my job to give the information. You know, I can't make them drink the water. For those that get it, they get it. Those are the ones that's meant to get it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Respectfully, not only just to you, but to everyone else.
To everybody. Yeah. To everybody who didn't get it. Yeah. No, I feel you. And stand in your own too, man. I'll always respect that over anything else. You know what I mean? But definitely stay out here creating, man, doing your thing, being a part of that village, leading the way with your new age hip hop, man. I love it. You know, if I can help out in any way, you will let me know. And
yes. I'm looking forward to another interview.
No, you coming. I've told you and Trek are coming up. You know, salute to you for being the first video live 3 the hard way review, bro. You the first.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? So
to set it off like that. Yes.
Set it off with Senior G. You know what I'm saying? Some positivity. The brother rhymes without cursing. Go try that one time. So
make that a challenge.
Man. You know what I'm saying?
Let's make that a TikTok challenge. Yeah.
Big time. You should, you should start that.
You know, I don't even have a TikTok.
Bro, there's nothing even stopping you from creating one. Stop.
Well, you know what? I mean, there's some administrative stuff. You know, it is when you read all the terms and conditions, it's a very intrusive program, but that's another conversation.
Bro, you already know what I want to do, so stop it. But let me let you go, King. Thank you for joining me, man. And hopefully you tune into the show even when we're not reviewing you, because you were a great
I show support.
Yeah, man.
I support those that support me, man. That's how it should. If one hand wash the other, they both wash the face.
That's it, yo. I love that. Senior G, much love, baby. Be good. Have a great evening, okay?
Peace.
That was Senior G. This was the What We Talking About podcast. Thank you for tuning in. You guys are awesome for doing that. Much respect to you. We will be back here next week, 7 p.m. We're going to have a great conversation. Love is right. Matt Santoro. Make sure you're checking out that Talkin Hour podcast on all podcast streaming platforms. Be on the lookout for more Voice of the Valleys. It is your boy Gabriel for Blackout, for Angie, for Hazel. We out till next week, 7 p.m. Peace.